G'day folks, welcome to another episode of Stuff and Such. Today we're out here gonna get started on tapping a few trees. Sap shouldn't really be running much today, but hopefully this week, around midweek or so, that it'll start picking up. Before we get started on today's little episode of Stuff and Such, you go ahead and subscribe, greatly appreciate it. Keep you notified of all the videos we'll be putting out in the future.
G'day folks, why don't you join us today on our little tapping of the trees adventure. Don't be shy, give a thumbs up, man.
Alright, I don't know if you can see it behind me or not. The sun might be in your eyes, but over here we have two of the three lines that have been rerouted already. Luckily, if I stay on my old snowshoe tracks, I don't sink. There's 2 out of 3 that I've rerouted. I'm going to reroute the third one now, and then we'll start on our tapping. Alrighty, we got her this far. Check for snugness. bad, a little bit of droop. Alrighty, so here we are. Now we're gonna start tapping, throw on the snowshoes, and then go along and tap. I'll give a slight demonstration on how to install one of these taps. It's fairly straightforward, but until you see it done, it's can be a little bit misunderstanding. Ideally, what you want to do is you kind of look up the tree a little bit, see if there's any real dead spots or injured spots that you just kind of avoid. And then pick a spot that looks like it has a nice cord to it, and you want to go in about 1.5 inches or so. Slight descent on a slight downward angle. It's not terribly critical. Pop your tap out of your holder. Insert into the hole. You don't want to go too hard, but you also don't want to go too loose that you lose your vacuum. Typically I'll walk through here again a few times throughout the entire season, and that way I can check for leaks. You can tell fairly quickly at the bottom, which is nice. You can look at the bottom if there's a abundance of air bubbles that aren't typical. You can figure that you got a leak, or if you have obviously no flow when your other lines are running, well, there's a good chance you have a blockage. Fairly common sense. So you don't want them in there too tight, but you also want them in there tight enough they just don't fall out either. So this tree here, it's pretty sick looking. So a couple reasons I'm putting so many taps in it is, one, I don't care if it dies, being as it's already on its last legs anyways, and being another reason is that it's a red maple, so it's not a terribly desirable species when it comes to making maple syrup. It works, but it doesn't. The sugar content isn't as high. Another reason is that it's quite close. To the hydro line, so there's a good chance that someday the utility people are going to come by and give it the biscuit. And you all know what happens when you give the biscuit. So if there's anyone out there that actually knows and doesn't just pretend to know, I got a question. Is your amount of taps to tree limited on the damage to the tree and the exposure to illness, or is it limited to the withdrawal of sap? I haven't given it very much ponder yet. I haven't come to an answer yet. I just know just a few little insights that I've had is that I haven't seen any reductions of taps to trees when people are on high vacuum systems versus just a regular old pail and a bucket, or pail and a tap. And I haven't seen an increase in the amount of taps a tree when switching from the old style 7/16, the bigger tap, to the Tree Savers 5/16 taps. So give that some ponder. They say that the smaller drill size tap causes about 50% less wound to the tree. So if that's the case, could a person not have two 5/16 taps to every 7/16 they pull out? Alright guys, that'll probably end today's little video. I haven't tapped too many, but I think you kind of get the hint. It's sort of repetitive monotony, and I just want to get tapping here. Anyways, we'll do more footage on more of the fun stuff in the future videos. Subscribe guys, and we'll catch you on the next video. Take care.